to share why I love YouTube and why I love being a YouTuber, why it's so meaningful to me. So I'm going to try to record this video around this park outside. It's like super cold today, but I want to share with you why I love being a YouTuber and why I keep showing up. Okay, so I don't know how long I'm going to last out here because it's pretty darn cold, but I wanted to do a little bit of a video outside. I just thought it would kind of mix it up for a little bit. I usually do it in my car or in my house, in my office, but I thought this would be a good place today until I get too cold. But anyway, the first reason I really love being a YouTuber is I learn a lot of new skills. I've learned how to edit videos on my computer, partially self-taught, but partially from other people that are on YouTube. So I've learned how to add music and graphics and transitions in the video, and how to hold my phone and how I sound. And also, like when you first start making videos, it's really hard to kind of see yourself on the video, and you may not like the way you look or sound, but you kind of get used to hearing what other people hear whenever you're talking. It's kind of shocking at first because you're not used to listening to your own voice and seeing yourself from like the side, or just different things that other people see that you don't pick up on. So I like YouTube because you learn a lot, and you learn self-evaluation. Like once you make the video and you're editing, you're like, oh, I could have done this differently, I could have done that. But it's a learning process, and you've got to start somewhere. So yeah, I really like that about YouTube. I've also learned a few things about how to shoot a video as far as lighting, and how to kind of try to ignore people around you. When people, like if somebody would walk by right now, how to just keep on going and get used to that feeling of not everybody understanding like why you're doing this, or why is she making a video, what is she doing. You just got to ignore that and just keep moving on, and you get more comfortable as you go. When there's a lot of people around, that's probably the hardest thing to get used to, but you do get used to it. Also, I've learned a lot about scripting. Like you can, it's better if you kind of know what you're going to talk about before you start talking, because once you turn on that record button, sometimes you just forget everything you were going to say. Sometimes I make videos, I'll be editing, and then I'll realize, oh, when I was at a certain location and I was making my video, I kind of left out a part that I wanted to put in there. So you can always edit things out, but it's a little harder to add things in unless you just do a voiceover with B-roll. It's getting a little cold, my lips are freezing. But yeah, I've learned how to make thumbnails and also kind of script things so that I know during the editing process what I want to put into the video. I might put this hat on because it's cold. There's a little bit of a wind. Every time I make a video, I learn something new, like an Eskimo. So yeah, I've kind of learned how to speak on camera, and I've also learned that it's good to have stories that help explain like what your main point is, but to always have kind of a beginning of your video and the body, what you want to include in that. And you can have a few lists, like 5 things that help me get ready in the morning, or things like that. And also part of the learning process is my brain is always working, and I hope as I age, this will keep me, not letting my brain go to waste, because I don't want to get dementia. And if I have it, I want to try to like put that off as long as possible. But I think it's always good to keep learning and growing throughout your life. You may not be in school, but life is full of lots of lessons. So it's always good to just keep broadening your skills and learning new things. And also, during the learning process, it gives you creative freedom. It's kind of nice because no one's telling you like what your next video is going to be or how to do this or do that. You can kind of choose what you want to do, and you're always thinking and planning, and you can kind of be your own boss. So you have creative freedom, and it's just wonderful to be able to, like, if you didn't like a certain subject in one video, you can just change it up and do something new in your next one. Or you can like have a variety. And when you don't have a lot of subscribers at first, it's okay, because you can kind of feel for what works for you and what subjects you enjoyed making a video. If you didn't enjoy it, maybe you won't do that next time. You can also read in the comments what other people say. If someone says, oh, you really gave me a good idea of what I could do, or you really helped me, or this made my day, I really needed that. So those kind of moments are good teachers for your future videos. And so, yeah, the second reason I like being a YouTuber is having that creativity to try new things. Or one video I made, I actually was making cookies, so I got to be creative with that part of me, and showing you like how I decorate my house or how I make my coffee in the morning, just like different things like that. You can be creative also with like different scenes you put on your videos, artwork, your transitions, music. Like one day you might be more interested in listening to jazz music or something relaxing, and then other days you might want to listen to rock music or country. So you can implement that and add it to your videos just to give it a little bit more creativity. So yeah, I really like that. And then you can also choose your thumbnails and your titles and see what works. You can also test like your thumbnails if you like one but you also like the other one. You can test out. You do this A/B testing at the end of your video when you're uploading it, and when you export and then upload your video to YouTube, you can actually have them test out which one works better. So another thing I like about YouTube is that it kind of gives you a purpose. So when you wake up in the morning and you know that you're going to go out and make a video, it gives you meaning to your life. You know that if you have a certain subject that other people have struggled with and you might have some answers, it kind of gives you meaning to your life, because you can help them out and give them pointers on like what worked for you during a certain struggle, or like if you went through a divorce or a breakup or something like that. It's really kind of cool that you can share your experiences or your stories to help other people get through tough times in their lives. Also, making videos, it kind of gives me structure. It gives me something to look forward to the next day. I can kind of plan my day, certain times of the day I'm gonna write a script, and then later on in the day I'm gonna edit the video. Or today I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go see, a new travel, like I'm gonna do some new adventure, like go to the zoo or a concert or something like that. So it does give you purpose and meaning to your life and structure. And this is another important thing that I really like about being a YouTuber, is that you can be an entrepreneur. If you want to do affiliate marketing, or if you want to create a digital product, like let's say you're going on a trip, like what you could make a digital spreadsheet or just a list of things that helps you prepare for your trip, like as far as what to wear or what you plan on eating or things you're going to do, excursions you might take when you're on your trip, things like that. And so you can do that. You can make a digital product. You can also do affiliate marketing. You can do branding. So if you have a high number of subscribers, a company might call you or send you an email and saying that, will you do an advertisement for a certain product? And through branding, you can make money like that. There's just all kinds of ways that you can make money. It's not always through YouTube having a certain amount of watch hours that they pay you money, but you could also make money on the side through different side hustles. So it kind of makes you think like your own boss, and it gives you a second type of income. So if you're planning on doing this for a long time, it might take a year or two or more than that, but eventually you can actually make some money. Someone telling you when you work or when you should have a project ready. You kind of decide on your own when you want to have your video posted, so you can be your own boss and have a lot of freedom when you're going to do the work on a project. So you can say, I'm going to film on this day. You can have goals. You can also say, like, you can have live videos, and you can have certain days of the week you do that. All right, I'm getting kind of cold, but I'm going to mention one more subject before I get back in my car. I really like being a YouTuber because I know that it's creating a legacy for my family. Sometimes I do travel with my family, so they can look back and watch those videos with me in them, or like things like with my dad is still alive, so I do things with him, and he won't always be around, so I can look back and look at some of the fun things we did together. Like we went to the St. Louis Wheel one time for Father's Day, so that was a lot of fun, and I'll always have that memory. So it's kind of like having a video scrapbook of your life. And someday when I'm long and gone, my grandkids can look back and they can watch the videos that I was in. And, other people can describe the kind of person I was, but through videos, they can watch and they can really see firsthand, like, what I was interested in, some of the struggles I faced when I was first starting out in YouTube, how sometimes I was a little anxious, but then it got easier as I went, and just certain goals I had and what I like to do for fun, and how I cooked like a recipe or something like that. So it's a legacy, which makes me feel really good that someday when I'm not here anymore, I'll still have this left behind for people to enjoy. All right, I'm going to go back to the car. So if you've been thinking about becoming a YouTuber, just go ahead and do it. Don't doubt yourself. It's always hard in the beginning. It's not always easy, and you do build up a little confidence after a while. Some of the hardest things I deal with, just getting started, is like getting out, and once you hit record and that camera's going, sometimes you forget what what you had planned to say, but eventually you come up with something and you start to relax. Once you start talking, like at the beginning of videos, you might like have to start several times before you actually start out the way you want to. So you might have to like do a beginning, and that becomes a blooper. And I think it's helpful to watch, like sometimes people will put their bloopers at the end of their video, and it's fun to watch how like they actually had a hard time starting too, but once they got to talking about their subject, it did get easier. So yeah, don't doubt yourself. The best way is just to start. Turn on your either on your phone or whatever camera you're using. Just go ahead and press record. You're waiting for everything to be perfect, you'll never start. So you just gotta make some videos. You can always edit out things in the end, and if you forget something, you can get it in the next video. But just believe in yourself. And you can also watch other YouTubers, and they'll give you ideas and pointers and help with editing, help with what type of equipment that you might need. But really, you don't have to have a lot. You can even just have your cell phone, and that's one way you can just get started. So I highly recommend starting your own channel, because somebody will be your tribe out there. Somebody will find your information helpful. But this is just a gentle reminder that your opinion does make a difference. Your story matters just as much as anyone else's. And if you've lived a certain amount of life, I mean, for me, I'm 54, and I've experienced things in my lifetime that I think could be very helpful to someone else. And everybody has their own point of view and experiences that they've been through. So I think everybody matters. And I think you should believe in yourself and start your own YouTube channel, and you will be very happy, I think, with the results. I know I am. And I'm going to keep learning every day and showing up, no matter how many views I get, no matter how many subscribers. I'm really glad I did this, and I'll keep learning and growing. and it's going to be a great experience going forward. So thanks for watching. Back to the car. You never know what you're gonna record when you're out and about. Every video is a little different. It's getting cold again. My lips are frozen. It's really hard to talk when it's cold like this. It feels like your lips are sticking together.